Hello and welcome back. Right, so we know what we've got to do. We have got to bail this, and I think I might use the Rex. It seemed to manage quite well in that little bit of a test yesterday. We have got lots of other things to do as well. I was trying to think, yes, that's it, poplars. Let's get the poplars going. Yeah, I think we may need to go and grab a few bits and bobs. Let's have a look. Now, this is one thing I'm not sure if Courseplay can or cannot do. I'm really not sure. Create job. Smashing and generator. 2.4 meters. Seems a little bit excessive. Headlands. I don't think we're going to have headlands. We'll just go up and down, I reckon. For a change. Very rarely do I not have headlands. Okay, let's just see if that works. Oh, I know what we're going to need to do. We need to allow create fields. It always goes in between each session. So, yeah. Okay. First go. Smash it. Okay then, let us get on with the thing. I'm going to go into a time lapse because this is going to be an absolute monster of a job. So we just look out for when they've emptied the tank and we'll go and refill. Right, so I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and girls on the other side. Right, that is that done. I'm going to actually do the baling tomorrow, but I am, again, as I always say, or as I usually say, we're going to prepare for it. I'm going to go grab the bit of equipment. I think all round, especially this is a forestry map as well. There's quite a lot of forestry. I'm not sure if we're going to do any. I think I'll be quite happy with doing the bio baler bit of it. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. So it's definitely different. Right, let's start putting some of these tools away as well. Let's stick the yeah, let's start to make this look like a farmyard, and then we will. Yeah, next session I would like to do the roads as well. I want to make this look proper, really do. Right, let's stick that. It's still heavy, even at half full. Yeah, I'm used to using a slightly heavier tractor. Yeah, the Valtra was always a bit light on Hobeleron when it was the biggest tractor I'd got on that Let's Play, but it was still really too small for this. I think actually I didn't have this one, but it was still a roughly, in fact, yeah, it was less. It was 3,200 if I remember rightly. Right, let's get a bit. One other thing as well, the crane that's going. If I was going to get a wood trade, it wouldn't be that one. It really wouldn't. I'll keep the. Even though I don't technically need it because I've got the lumberjack mod, I'm still going to use it. I will sort of do. Yeah, I'm going to start to. If we've got it, let's use it. That's what I say. Been a very productive session. Yeah, we've got all those bales. Say next session we will get those bales and we'll stick them into our bale shed. That's what I say. For now, let's get this lot in. I seem to have a predominantly blue lineup. Yes, I don't know what, subconsciously I usually go for red and black. This time I've gone for blue and green, and I think it was perhaps the Voltra that's inspired me, if I'm honest. I think I went for that. And the class, I went for the class with the... Ooh, no, can that? Yes, it can. Yeah, I went for the class for the bale trailer. Although I don't know why it did, because truthfully, I can't seriously see me using the class as the one that pulls it. Yeah, it's more a doer. It's the biggest doer we've got at the minute, so I can't really see that being left to do a job like that. But hey ho, you know, I don't know what I was thinking. Right, smashing. Let's get this finished. Let's get all this lot in. All that side. I say these sheds are amazing. They really are. Two of these, and really, you could stick so much in them. They are very, as well as the overhang at the front, which is something I often forget. It goes much further than just going back, so you can stick, you know, lots like trailers and then tractors and things in front of them as well. So yeah, quite amazing. Let's make this look like a farmyard rather than a dumping grounds, which it did look like in editing. I was thinking, yeah, it doesn't look like. Yeah, imagine we'd not built the sheds really, so yeah, I'm not going to be too hard on myself. We shall get this looking something like, I think. Trailer. We should stick that in the middle, I reckon. That's no, there's still an underhang, yeah, on that first one. Get the harvester as well. I mean, most of these you can stick two in anyway, two quite large things, if you're careful. Yeah, I mean, they're also quite deep. Stick the grape, all the grape stuff at this far end, I think, so it's all together. Yes, I'm looking for why. Oh, I was going to say, why can we see through that shed? That's because it's the middle. Yes, I'm looking forward to doing the. I have also had another thought. I did mention about going for the big cow. I'm trying to think of what I would call it. Yeah, the big cow yard, big cow shed. Yeah, that's better. That's more like it. And then I thought, I'm going to do what I did in FS19. I never went big straight away. You can't really afford to. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to go for a smaller one. And if we ever get that full, I think then we may well either go for a second smaller one, or then we'll go for the big one. Yeah, we can't really afford 150 grand, but there are some quite reasonable ones. The Bavarian, or there's also another one I'll show you, and I think we'll go for that one if I'm honest. I truly don't think it's a good idea to go that big straight away. And what I was thinking, well, you'd think of, you know, the best thing to do, but you can't always afford that. So yes, we shall right, stick this on that far side under that, so it's only little. Yeah, it's just about under. Yes, I had a reminder earlier. I looked on one of Mr. CVP's videos on how to do grapes and olives. Just as I did remember it actually, but it was just nice to have a refresher to make sure that I did. Yeah, it's may have been a couple of things I had forgotten actually, thinking about it. Right. Now then, the mercury. Very strange looking fertiliser. I think we can get that all in one bay, I think, actually, looking at it. Then do I want to block? Yeah, I'd prefer it one abreast. If things get tighter, we'll either put another shed down, or we will, yeah, go two abreast, but it would be nice. At the minute we've got plenty of room, so no point in, like, making things more difficult than they need to be, I would say. Yeah, must get this softened as well. It does go down quite a bit. Whoa, it was turned so quickly. Wow. As well. This can actually just go on the underhang. Let's grab the Bura. Now then, actually we do need a tractor. Yeah, we'll go for the class, I think. I think we'll just put this as is straight under. Still got the buyer there as well. No, we do want one for the, yeah, for the harvester, I think, an entire bay. I've hemmed myself in somewhat. Right, let's grab it, and the header trailer as well, I think. I reckon we can probably just about get the this in one bay. Now then, which way is it? Thinking about it. Or does it matter? Will it turn itself around? I'm not sure. I know it has an automatic feature, doesn't it, where they adjust them. I saw it in editing when I dropped this on. It moved it slightly. Ah, it is this way. Yeah. I see the gradient. See if we can get it as close as possible without any automation. See how well did I do? Ooh, slight movement. Oh no, it is very deep into it. I can't see this. I think it will stick out a long way. A long way, but yeah. Ooh, have I stuck through the... No, I am actually at the shed end. Yeah, it's a couple of feet out. Not that that would be good, really. Right, let's get the... That's what we want, the class. Let's grab that. I'm well pleased with this. Right, so let's take this back first, because we will need to... Yeah, go and grab our baling equipment. Right, who's got the fronts? Have I don't think I've put a front loader attachment on any of them yet. But if I do, I don't think I'd do it on this one, because this... I always say this, you use your smallest tractor and then go up to your biggest, and I seriously think that is probably one of the best ways to do things. Right, so forestry stuff, and in this one I think. Got the Vulture in the way now though. Yeah, I think the Vulture is a good weight. Although, I suppose in some ways it does make sense with the Orion, because it's the heaviest tractor. It's going to have the most ability to lift something, I would say, if I'm honest. Everything else is much smaller. So yeah, maybe we will. Maybe I'm looking at it wrongly. The trouble is, I'd love to have a telehandler, but there's no way we can really afford that at present. Really, there isn't. So yeah, I know it looks like we could, but that money's going to really soon go away. So yeah, especially if we're going into animals. We've got to put it down, have a bit of spare money for food for the animals' feed. So, shall keep. Whoa. Stick that in. No, I'm being silly, aren't I? I really don't need it. I always use the lumberjack mods to cut the things. Yeah, it just seems a bit silly. It's not. I don't mind these. I used to use these always in FS19 when I first had the game, but they really are. They take an absolute age of time, and they're very inaccurate as well. So no, I think we'll sell both of these. And I will get another wood trailer there. I might go for the Johnson Brothers, which also doubles up as a bale trailer as well. Not that we need one, but you never know. 2 trailers are useful. I suppose I could go. Oh no, it's too small. We'll see. I might try and do something. I've tried to do a lot of things different equipment-wise than I would normally. I want to shake it up. I don't want to have always the same tractors, always the same equipment. It gets boring for people. I mean, there's going to be some pieces of equipment that you do truly take from Let's Play to Let's Play, but there's also going to be ones that I would like to show people new things, especially new mods that come out. I think that's yes, and sell, yes, and repair, customize, yes. Oh, it's a class. That's going to cost us a fortune, isn't it? Let's have a look first. Yeah, not to be really don't want to be affording an absolute monstrously expensive one. Let's have a look. I don't know how much the class ones are. I would imagine they're expensive. Oh, okay. FL140. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Oh. Why is that cheaper than that one, and yet they're both FL140s? Is it that one that I need? Or is there another one? Ah, it's got to be. It must be that one. Actually, that's quite reasonable. I think I will go for the one that's £500 cheaper. Why would you not? Customize. Okay. Right, now then, we've got big weight. Ah, I know, for once. Let's, yes, I actually like the sound of, mind you, I don't know actually. Right, let's have a look at, yeah, I'm going to go for, now this is a bit like the big bag handler in FS19. Now that was my go-to, and I would imagine this is probably going to be my go-to on almost every Let's Play, especially if you win silage as well. Strapping rather than actually bailing with a bale spike seems a good idea to me. Right, we're going to get the gutler gone as well, the roller, I think. Ooh, if we can get, let's raise that above, because we've got very little room for manoeuvring on this. This is what I was saying, it's the front of that building is really a little bit way too close to where these, does that door open? No, it doesn't. It's going to be really difficult to get that. Ah, I'm not thinking about this right, am I? I'm really not. You've got to think outside the box, Mr. Smith. Don't think. It's silly. You know what this thing does. Yes. Ooh. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's not quite what it was. Weight-wise, it's probably quite possible it would do that. Let's see if we can... Yeah, maybe a weight would have been useful. Ooh, it doesn't like that. Yeah, it's too much weight at the front. I think that would probably break it, so let's just... Yeah, let's let go. Yeah, there is probably an easier way for me to do this. If you think about physics, I'm always going on about thinking about physics. Ah, yeah, I forget, this game doesn't always push as it would in real life. Does it always grab things? Yeah, it sometimes only grabs things in the middle. Yeah, it's missing it. Okay. Let's see if we can push it a little at the front. Right. It shouldn't be this difficult to get your stuff out of the yard, should it? Truthfully. Oh. Now I know what I'm going to go for, actually. Yes, I'm going to go for an improved weight, and this I have tested. It is better than the self-made weight. There is the class, which you can do as a 3.4 tonne, which is one of the biggest I know of. Yeah, it's 3.3, which does 290 kilograms. Oh, I presume that's what you put in it that makes that heavy. Fence 2.5, 600. Yeah, that's not fair. That's front. Yeah, here we go. It is a little bit expensive, but it does actually, it adjusts the yeah, we will do it. It's the best I've actually ever had on any Let's Play used on Rizu Forest, but we will make it bright, I think. Okay, so then I think right way round. No. Yeah, it can be adjusted, and it really does give you some... Oh, let's move that. It is the best weight I found. I did do quite a bit of testing on the day that I was going for this, and this I found the best weight I found to date. Yeah, it really shouldn't be like this. It really shouldn't. So reminds me of Sudbury Meadows. Really does. Nightmare. And these are only small things. The Sudbury was okay apart from really big things. Have I gone over that? Oh, please don't tell me I've knocked it over. Actually, no. This is a train wreck. gonna have to reset it, I think. Gonna have to. I hate to. Oh, I don't know. I hate giving in to things like that, but I'm sure I can pick it up with the. I think script things like this still go wrong. I had this go wrong in my in a Let's Play the other day, so I'm not sure once this goes wrong with it still being a scripted mod. It's still not perfect. I had this lock up the other day. Ooh, it's not liking that. It really isn't. Oh, it's fallen into the floor. Which I can actually do. I think I'm going to have to reset it because this is game mechanics. I wouldn't reset this normally. Anybody knows me at all knows I absolutely hate resetting anything, but this is down to game mechanics, so what can you say? Oh, I can't see them right. We need switch vehicles off. Now, if I've switched vehicles off, why can I still see vehicles? Why is it still showing the right? Because I'm in it, perhaps. Ah, we need to switch tools on. Okay. Reset, yes. And reset. Okay. I'm sure. Was the right way round? Let's see, I might have been. Ah, I was wrong. Okay, so that was my fault then. Right, oh, it's 3-point link, isn't it? So we're going to have to stick the weight on the front for a minute. If I remember rightly, this doesn't like it. It's got such a strong weight that has that it does upset some of the bit. I don't know. This is a very heavy tractor. We shall see. It might not. But yeah, there were some quite large tractors that this did not like being on the front because of how heavy that weight is. See, it is leaning forward, but no, this has got away with it. Right, smashing. Well, finally, we've got all of our equipment away from there. So next time we will load those bales and we'll stick them in our bale shed, definitely. Ready for the animals. We will do the animals. We'll do the road next session as well, I think. We have planted our poplars. One field of poplars. I think we will... Yeah, we've got the bio baler. I was going to say we'll lease a forage harvester. We won't. We've got the bio baler. Don't know how long they take to go... Oh, let's get that in as well. Yeah. Well, my two sheds are nearly full, really, with the single... You know, one abreast, definitely. Yeah. And we'll get this right. Just get that water trailer though. Whoa. Let's get that right. Okay. But yeah, leave the weight on the front from it. See, it is leaning heavily, even as heavy as this is though. It is a heavy weight. Or it's, yeah, special. Whoa, 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 whoa. Right. Let's get this in the... Where is there? See, we have managed to quite well fill that. Is me saying, yeah, there's loads of room. There is, but boy, that has, yeah, very close to filling this. I think we'll stick this next to the harvester, I think. Yeah. Managed to fill those nicely. Mind you, we have got a lot of equipment. I'm not saying we've got it all. Yeah. thinking of what productions we need as well. But that is for another session, I think. Can I get out? Just. Yes, I think that's for another session. We have done well. We have all of our equipment tucked away nicely, except for the wrecks, I remember. Oh, I need to release the... yeah, let's send that back. Let's give the shop a ring and we'll tell them to return that. Right, now let's turn the map. Let's turn vehicles and combines and trailers back on. And contracts. Right, let's grab the wrecks. Let's bring everything in. Now, did I see something else that I'd left? I did, the bale trailer, which we do need next time. In fact, actually, I don't mind the little Rexy being the puller of the trailer. We won't, yeah, I think that's not a bad idea. You can be the transporter. I do like you. It is a fantastic. I did use it an awful lot on Horbella. On it is. I've got awful respect for this trailer, this tractor. Right, and that's where we're going to leave it. We have got ready for next session. We have our baling equipment, the big bag winch, and I have used that. I've not used that with these particular bales because I've never done these type of bales before. But yeah, let's just have a quick look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 of the big bales. Yeah, let's see how big they are against me. Yeah, no, about as big as a square bale, aren't they? One of the bigger ones. Straw ones, they are large. Right, that is it. We'll get them all done yesterday. Tomorrow, next session, and we'll get this mulched and all ready. Still not decided. I'm going to think about what we're going to stick in there. Like a good cash crop, something like soy. Let's just have a quick look. I'm not sure this time of year though. We can only plant wheat, barley or canola. Now canola's not a bad crop really. It's a fairly decent... Or shall we wait for soy in April, May? Yeah, we will. Yes, I think what we're going to do is get those bales in and then we're going to see the winter out. Yeah, I'm going to try and concentrate this year on the farm rather than contracts. I'm not saying I won't do contracts, I've already said I will. Oh, potatoes next month as well. Yes, do you know, I think that's the last thing we are going to do. That is to sleep through till tomorrow. We'll see what's in the sales and... Yeah, 8 o'clock. No, it's going. No, 8 o'clock. It's going to be a long month. Got to get out of the habit of saying day. Right, we should get some tick up. This is the bad months, I think, for... Ooh, sirens. 2,976. Excellent. Let's see if the taters are ready to be beheaded. They are indeed. So that'll be both, I would imagine. Let's have a look. Let's use the map and not be silly. Yes, both need foliage removing, which means they're ready. Right, smashing. Okay, last thing, let's look to see if there are any special offers that are useful for us. 8.6 metre. Now that's not a bad little thing to buy a tedder. I'm sure we're going to do grass work at some point. And that's an absolute bargain for one so large. Yep, I think we'll go for it. I do. Now I hope we don't do it at night, but we can always have them fitted afterwards. Right, so there we go. Our first piece of grass equipment. I mean, I know we've got the mower, but that's more for a mulcher. Anyway, that's where we're going to leave it. Next session, we are going to potato harvest, and there aren't any potato harvesters, and I have got the little beet harvester installed. It's just not under beet equipment. I think it must be under miscellaneous or something, but there is a very small, I think it's a metre, beets, yeah, there is no potato spinners, little ones like there were in FS19 yet, so we will be hiring either the roper, is it the roper or the keeler, or I'm sure that's, I think I'm right. Let's have a look. Last thing of the day. Oh, it's the Grimmy and the roper. Yes, one of those we will. If I remember rightly, don't these... Isn't it the Keeler that doesn't need the topper, that does both? Or does it? Right, we shall see. We'll have a go. Anyway, without any further ado, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you're going to continue with me on this journey, and I'm going to say goodbye for now.